Being pushed.
Look at this. It's fucking.
What's going on? Okay.
Better, yo. I definitely.
Oh my god! It was like, hey, no, not today. Below.
Treat me like white tees.
Don't give me that bisexual look.
Ah! Hold on. Is there someone? There might be a. Oh no! What?
Fucking whoops.
Well, speaking of, well, since we're still on the topic of Kato Thorn, Kato Thorn is dead. Like, I'm not clickbaiting either. He's dead, and, like, he's gone. Like, gone. Like, he's not gonna be relevant to the story anymore, gone. Like, from what I've gathered, apparently from within the leaks, he was killed by Shimmer Dusk, a character who you probably have no idea who it is, who she is, because I didn't either. But to give you some perspective, Shimmer Dusk is the crew pack skin for October, or this crew pack skin right now. And from what I've gathered, she is a monster hunter of great renown, has tracked Kato Thorn across time and space to this island, but she will need all her wits to secure her showdown. Yeah, so this random character that I'm pretty sure a lot of people have no idea who she is, she killed him. And like unless you watch a YouTuber that covers leaks, you would probably not even realize that Kato was dead. You'd probably just be wondering, where the hell is he? Yeah, dead. 6 feet under. Or however tall Kato is. So, besides the fact that this random character that nobody knows literally just killed the technical main antagonist, hello viewers. Welcome to a video where I'm going to be talking about multiple things at once, and hopefully make this video under 20 minutes. So, first part, we're going to be talking about Fortnitemares related stuff. Second part, we're going to be talking about the, next season stuff, which is basically the hype video part of this video. So let's just get started now, since I've already been talking for long enough. So I wanted to talk about Horde Rush mode first before we get into Fortnitemares as a whole. And I'm gonna be honest, the Horde Rush mode is probably like the most funnest I've had with Horde Rush mode. I won't lie, I've only played Horde Rush mode like two separate Fortnitemares. One, I played Horde Rush mode last Fortnitemares, and then I played Horde Rush mode this Fortnitemares. I never played the 2021 version because I mentioned this in my rant video, but I thought that Chapter 2 Season 8 was an absolute disappointment, and I really did not enjoy playing that season that much. So I completely just like dismissed Fortnitemares during that season. And I was too new to the game during 2020, because I did play 2020's Fortnitemares, because I did play Chapter 2 Season 4. I was too new to the game to know what the hell Horde Rush mode was, so, I didn't know what it was at the time, so, yeah. But for this Fortnitemares, for this Horde Rush mode, it is so stupidly fun. Like, it's just way too fun. Yeah, especially compared to last year's Fortnitemares. I keep saying Fortnitemares. Horde Rush mode. God, it's so much more fun. Like, the amount of items that are unvaulted within this game mode, like the two-shot shotgun, or as I like to call it, the two-shot shotgun. The tactical pistol is back. The Evo Chrome weapons are back, and they also have that one weird glitch where if your shotgun or AR, well, if the Evo Chrome item is about to upgrade and it's in its upgrading animation, you could drop it and then it could automatically upgrade for you without the animation. The only downside with that is that you don't get to fully reload the gun, which, fair enough, but I mean, still. You have that, you have the repeater rifle back, you have the Ripsaw launcher, you have the goo gun back, you have dynamite back, you have, well, and obviously you have all the Chapter 4 items that are in the, well, any of the Chapter 4 items that I haven't mentioned yet. And there's some other items that are in this that I forgot to mention as well. Well, and also Kato Thorn's Blade. I guess that still counts for this season. Overall, I mean, I feel like it was basically the same energy as last Fortnitemares, which was okay. I think when I made my Fortnitemares video last year, I think I might have hyped it a bit too much, because I'm gonna be honest, from what I remember, last year, Fortnitemares last year was pretty kind of mid. Same thing with this one too, it's pretty mid, but I slightly enjoyed this one more than the last one. I feel like there's more there's more weapons, which, I mean, I guess isn't really saying too much, but there are no technical POI changes, which is kind of unfortunate, because I guess that's the one thing, well, one of the things that, last Fortnitemares had, which was, well, there was only one POI change, that being, Reality Stump grew more chrome, and basically had, like, stair pillars and whatnot. I guess stair pillars is probably the wrong wording, but I think if you remember what it looked like, you probably understand what I'm talking about. But I didn't really care that much for the Howler Claws either, because the more I think about it, I didn't really talk about Fortnitemares that much. I only made it short on it. But yeah, I don't really care that much for, like, the Howler Claws within that season. But yeah, I don't know. They were, in my opinion, they were just worse versions of Wolverine's claws, which obviously that there's an issue there. But with this season, I feel like the weapons were at least a little bit more creative, in my opinion, and actually a little bit more useful. Because I feel like, I don't know, like, having the kinetic blade back definitely makes things more interesting, since it's, I don't want to say it's the best movement, because obviously shockwaves are the best movement, but, like, it just gives you more, you know, movement options that you can get if you actually get Kato Thorn. And, you know, the kinetic blade is still good, and with the whole siphon thing, I mean, I don't think you'll use it as much, but I mean, it's still kind of useful. Like, you still get decent enough siphon. And also, this blade is incredibly broken in Horde Rush mode. I'm pretty sure you've already tried this in Horde Rush mode, but if you never have and you see it, use this thing. It is literally the best item to deal with the caretaker. Like, it literally just is. Like, the siphon plus the fact that you get shield from the zombies when you kill them, if I'm correct, both of those add up. So not only are you getting health back, but you're just getting shield up, and since it's just all doubled, you literally just get infinite shield and heals just by killing a whole bunch of hordes of zombies. So, like, the blade is literally absolutely perfect for the final round for Horde Rush mode. Anyway, stop talking about Horde Rush mode. Yeah, I like the blade. Blade's cool. It's kind of difficult to get since everyone's trying to get it, but when you do get it, it is pretty cool to get. Now, the wood stake shotgun, or as I like to call it, the stake shotgun, and that's also why I made the whole it's effing raw joke in the beginning of the video. But yeah, shotgun is basically a knockoff version of the heavy shotgun, which I know it might sound bad because I did just mention that I didn't like the fact that the Howler Claws were literally knockoff versions of the what you call them, but I don't know, it's this one's not bad in my opinion. It's usable. It's still difficult to use, but I mean, it's usable. I feel like it has more of a use compared to the Howler Claws in my opinion, but that's also, again, just my opinion. So yeah, if you like the heavy shotgun, then obviously you probably like this gun, but I'm not the biggest heavy shotgun connoisseur. If one of my latest videos couldn't already explain that enough, I'm not the greatest. Well, unless I'm in TDW, I am not. Well, even then, TDW, it's not. I'm not the greatest when it comes to the breacher, but I am definitely not a breacher, a BR breacher connoisseur. But the raw steak shotgun, it's okay. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but you know, it's good. But besides that, that's really it. Oh, also, one more thing before I get into the hype portion of this video. Revamped the augment specifically made for the raw steak shotgun is an absolute freaking scam. You literally only get 4 siphon per hit. It is a scam. Never use this augment. I'm pretty sure people already know that, but for those that are like out of the loop and don't know that, never get the augment unless you just want the shotgun. Yeah, unless you just want the shotgun and you just can't find it for some odd reason, never get revamped. It's literally a scam. You're only getting 4 siphon per hit. Like, literally, rarity check is better. What other augments that have siphon are better? Like, any other item, well, augment that deals with siphon is likely better than revamped. To be honest, this also applies for the Witch Broom augment too. The Witch Broom augment is also kind of a scam. Like, you only get like an extra 4 seconds of 4 seconds less cooldown on your broom, so it goes from 20 to 16, my bad. There's no real difference. Like, you're still waiting for a while, so like, I mean, I get, you know, it's, and even then, the broom isn't even that good anymore. You can't even like thunder pump people anymore because they have that stupid delay that always screws you up. So yeah, there's that too. Anyway, enough about Fortnitemares. I've already proven my point. I made my claims, whatever. Overall, Fortnitemares was good, better than last year. I never played 2021, but I don't think it was nearly as good as 2020's Fortnitemares. That Fortnitemares will forever be remembered, in my opinion. Yeah, and since I never played Chapter 1, I can't... And since I never played Chapter 2 Season 1, I can't really explain the Fortnitemares for 2017, 2018, or 2019. So, yeah, anyway, now for Fortnitemares. Now, let's get into the hype portion of this video, and it's kind of going to be short, because I'm pretty sure everyone knows this already. But yeah, Chapter 1 is coming back. From the leaks and whatnot, and from all the stuff that Fortnite has been, well, all like the promotional stuff that Fortnite's been giving the people, or showing people. Yeah, we're just going back to the Chapter 1 map, which, yeah, is cool. I guess my only issue is that it's not Chapter 2. I'm sorry. For those who don't know, I'm a Chapter 2 boy. I grew up with Chapter 2, not Chapter 2 Season 1. Chapter 2 Season 1, from what I saw, was god-awful and pretty much dry. Literally, it was effing raw. Like, literally. I started playing during Chapter 2 Season 2, so literally day 1 of quarantine, and I've been playing ever since. So I'm a Chapter 2 boy through and through. But I am excited for Chapter 1 since I never did experience it. And yeah, I guess the only thing I'm not excited for is that certain quality of life features that were introduced during Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 are going to be taken out. Like, okay, I don't really care that much for mantling being taken out. Like, not going to lie. Well, no, mantling is actually kind of useful. I can't even lie. So I guess that's kind of annoying, but you'll get used to it at some point. It's just the sprinting part that I'm like, I don't know, Chief. Like no sprinting, like, for an entire season? I don't know, man. Like, for an entire month, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Sprinting was, like, such a good mechanic to where, like, if you took it out at this point, it just makes everything just feel so much more slow and boring. And I guess that's one of the things. It's kind of like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure some of y'all have heard that one quote of, be careful what you wish for, and I feel like that's definitely, like, the whole, like, we got Chapter 1 back. I don't know, the fact that sprinting and stuff like that is going to be gone, that's definitely, like, a price to pay, I guess you could say. It's definitely one of the be careful what you wish for moments. But yeah, I guess besides that, there's gonna be no swimming, which obviously there's no real water within. Well, there's no water within Chapter 1, so that's not really the biggest issue. Hold on, let me pull it up here, because I have it, like, literally right in front of me. No Reboot Vans, which is kind of an issue. Once again, another quality of life thing that really just should stay in the game. No augments, that's pretty fair, kind of expected that. No cars, also kind of expected that, which kind of also makes the game feel way more slower, not gonna lie. We're probably gonna have the Chapter 3 graphics. I don't know if we're gonna have the Chapter 1 graphics, but from what I heard, it's gonna be the Chapter 3 ones, which is fine. It's still enough cartoony-ish to be, you know, cartoony, so that's fine. I've heard that Zero Build isn't going to be on the map, but also, and again, I also heard that that Zero Build is also going to be on the map, so I don't know at this point, like. Okay, so from what it seems like, we are still going to have Zero Build for next season, and while that is great and a very wise decision on Epic's part, I still have my issues, though, with this whole thing, because it goes back to what I was saying earlier about the whole no mantling and no sprinting thing. Like, the game has evolved so much to where certain things kind of just are needed. Like, I get they want to capture the whole OG Fortnite feeling, but at the same time, certain things need to be modernized to nowadays. Like, you can't have Fortnite without sprinting, especially as a Zero Build player. And I also have another issue. I'm gonna make this short, but another issue that I have is that the map is so large to where, like, where are you gonna take any cover? Like, I feel like every single fight would just feel the exact same. Like, it's just gonna be the same old cookie cutter. You shoot this guy, the other guy shoots at you, and there's nothing interesting. There's no way you can retreat because there's no sprinting, and otherwise, unless you're just fine with taking back shots and likely dying, then, like I said, be my guess. There's no mantling, so, like, in case you're at a building, you can't, like, have any distance or any high ground. Like, those are the kind of stuff that I'm worried about. Like, if you don't have that kind of stuff in Zero Build, like, it's really not going to feel good at all. It's just going to feel so boring. Like, I don't know, maybe Epic is smart enough and they will figure out and they will realize that, or hopefully these leaks are just a little bit slightly fake or not as true, and they are going to have sprinting and whatnot. But if they don't, even for build mode, things are going to feel like a slog to play, especially if you're just walking half the time. Anyway, enough of that. That's just my own little concern. That's my only little concern that I have. Anyway, but for so far from what it seems like for Chapter 1, we're basically going to have Chapter 1, Season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and X throughout and the entire month, and yeah, that's really it, to be honest. I am excited for this, but I'm also kind of slightly worried. There's pros and cons, that's all I can say, but I also should probably at this point talk about the chapter this season, since I normally don't really do that with seasons. Like, I didn't do that with Chapter 4 Season 1 or 2. I did it with 3, made an entire video on how that season just... Please just take it out my memory. And now there's this season, and overall, this was probably the second best season of Chapter 4. Not the second best season of all time. This season is nowhere near peak, in my opinion. Like, hot take, but Chapter 4 Season 1 was, in my opinion, peak Fortnite for me. I'm going to make a tier list video for Chapter when it gets closer to the end of Chapter 4 Season 5. So you'll understand my opinions on why I say that. I think Chapter 4 Season 1 is the best season of Chapter 4. I think the map is at its best. Basically, like, I don't know. There's no Eclipse Your State. There's no Lonely Suites. There's no Nowhere Retreat. There's no jungle biome that's literally so annoying to go through. There's no, like, POIs at the top right that are completely useless besides Mega City, which is basically Neo tilted on steroids. It's just your classic map with classic, not classic POIs, but with just POIs overall that, you know, you land at, like, Faulty Splits, for example. That POI was good, and Anvil Cube, rest in peace. And also Faulty Splits, rest in peace. Like, I don't know, just POIs like that. you know, when this chapter was more simpler, I think that's when it was at its best. And yeah, but overall, I do think Chapter 4 Season 4 is second best season of Chapter 4. I think the updates were much better compared to Chapter 4 Season 3. The guns are much more fun, even though I won't lie, the Sticky Icky launcher is really annoying. Like, it's annoying in both build mode and zero build, so basically the repeater rifle just slightly on steroids. But to be honest, there's actually movement, so I feel like it won't be, well, you're kind of screwed if you don't have movement, but since there's movement this season, unlike last season, it's actually possible for you to escape the situation anyway, and even then, it takes rocket ammo, so it's not just going to be constant spam, even though it kind of is. So, I mean, it would completely suck if you were in a squad game and all the enemy teams had the Sticky Icky launcher, but I don't know. Nothing is nearly as worse as the repeater rifle. Like, say what you want, but at least you don't have 50 ammo with the repeater rifle that can break through almost any single build, especially wood, mark you, and basically, you could basically be like Bloodhound in Apex, basically chasing your opponent across the map forever and ever and ever and ever. Like, just never again. But yeah, overall, season's good, weapons are good, mythics are good. I just wish they added more mythics. Like, I feel like they definitely could have capitalized on having, like, I don't know, because, like, with Kato being dead and whatnot, Kato was, like, I don't know, like, Kato could have, like, came back as, like, a huge threat, like, just, like, another, antagonist, and, like, he could have been the reason, like, we could have been able to go back to, like, the Chapter 2 map, or Chapter 3 map, or, like, have maps combined because of his weird experiment. So basically, like, kind of like the Spot almost from Across the Spider-Verse, like, just like weird stuff like that. I wish they just did more experimental stuff and like kept him alive, so we could have like all these mythics come back to the game. Like, hell, we could have had the Infinity Blade, which I'm not saying we should have had. But we could have had Thanos' glove too. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, like, I feel like they're not utilizing their villains, which goes back to the whole thing of Fortnite making really crappy villains, besides, like, maybe Sloan. Jenna, we don't know where the hell he is. Errol died within the first season she was introduced. Sloan, I mean, like I said, she's good, but also, again, she technically died, but then came back and is kind of slightly underutilized now. Like, I get, like, she's trying to, like, get the time machine so she can redo everything, which, yeah, fair enough, but I feel like there should be more dialogue for that, you know? Like, I don't know, and also the story's kind of, I mean, I get why the story is why it is, because, you know, because Donald Muster has to he has to make the season what it is, or the season storyline what it is, so the new guy, I can't remember his name, but the new guy can have his own storylines and whatnot and be more creative and can continue off of Chapter 4 Season 5 storyline and whatnot. So, you know, that explains that reason, but yeah, anyway. I need to stop talking right now because God. I've been talking, well, I've been editing this video for like 5 hours now. Well, like 4.5 hours, and God, it's starting to get close to 8. And I still need to eat and get ready for everything, so yeah, I'm just gonna stop it right here, but hopefully you enjoyed me talking about stuff. I'll try and do more hype videos. Don't worry, they're gonna be more shorter. The only reason why this is as long is because, well, I talk too much, and also because of the Fortnitemares thing. So yeah, that's the only reason why it's 20 minutes long, but I promise you, it's normally hype videos are probably going to be like 10 to like 12 to maybe 15 minutes long. I will try and make sure it's never a 20-minute video again, because yeah, anyway, that's all. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Well, over a 20-minute video is what I meant to say. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy this video, and yeah, bye. Okay, so from what it seems like, you can basically just completely scrap the whole sprinting and mantling segment, because it seems like they are going to bring back sprinting and mantling, which I'm glad that they are doing that. But my issue still stands with, the map is still pretty large to where, like, you know, You can't really mantle off of anything, especially if you're, like, in certain areas. So my question is, how are they going to solve that? And if it's going to be unchanged, how are they going to solve that? Anyway, that's just all I have to say. That's my only concern. Anyway, yeah, that's actually the end of the video. Bye.